Welcome you on the show, Sports Update on Trust TV. I'm Adini Ajishafe. Aruna Quadri there, and also volleyball, just to open the show. And we always celebrate our stars for what they've done so far. Aruna Quadri right now really doing so when it comes to table tennis. And our ladies in volleyball are also doing well. In every sport, Nigerians have been so triumphant this year, and we celebrate all of them, both home and also abroad. Well, right now, we'll be starting from the home scene, where we'll talk about the big one that is actually happening in the world of sport. But before we talk about the NPFL story, Plateau State under 13, named after the governor Mutfwanga, under 13 competition taking place actually took place in Jos. Wase local government under 13 defeated Mangu 3-2 in that game. They came from behind after trailing 2-1, and they were able to do it. Congratulations to Wase local government under 13. Congrats to them for being able to do it. We continue to give you updates concerning any other grassroots sport development across Nigeria. But right now, let's start with the NPFL. NPFL title race is still open. According to the coach of Remo Stars, Coach Ogunmodede there, he vows that they'll keep pushing for the NPFL race, the title race rather, because they want to see how they can make it, even though Rangers International seem to be running away with this particular title. They have 60 points so far. But the coach, Remo Star coach right now, is already talking tough that he's not giving up until the last whistle in the NPFL. NPFL title race still on. According to Ogunmodede there, after they lost their game against Kwara United in the match day 33 of the games being played during the weekend. Let's look at it briefly. The results of those games being played. We look at Remo Stars lost by 2-3 against Kwara United in a 5-goal thriller there. But the coach is not giving up because he believes that he still have what it takes to still make it to the podium of the Nigerian Premier Football League. For Eyimba, they picked their brother Abia Warriors by a long goal. You have Plateau United against Niger Tornadoes ending 0-0. Sunshine Stars against Bender Insurance also ending goalless. But for Aqua United in an away game against Lobby Stars, they won that game 2-1. For Rivers United, 4-1 ended in favor of Rivers United, and they were able to show the business of the day. For the top team on the table, that's Enugu Rangers, 3-0 against by Yelsa United was what they needed, and they also got the 3 points at stake. Now, looking at the table, how it actually went down on Sunday, well, we look at, according to Remo Stars coach now, that the race is not over. You look at them having 56 points with 11 as goal difference, and you look at Eyimba having the same point, 56 points, alongside Remo Stars, while Enugu Rangers are running ahead with extra 4 points, with 60 points there ahead of Eyimba and Remo Stars, with 18 goal difference as a plus for them. For Shooting Stars of Ibadan, they are 3 points behind Remo and Eyimba. Lobby Stars, Plateau United in that pecking order. But for Coach Ogunmodede, Remo Stars are not giving up. The 4 points can actually be recovered, and also making sure they top the league there. Well, it's a big one for them. If they can't do it, at least they just believe in them. They have to believe in themselves. For Enugu Rangers, the coach is already talking tough that they want to make sure they win this league. According to Fidelis Ilechuku, the coach of Enugu Rangers, they call them Flying Antelope, and they are really flying high right now. Congrats to all the teams that participated in the match day 33. For Bender Insurance, 10th position is where they are right now, while Kano Pillars are standing 9. If you flip it to the other side of the table, you look at the likes of team Kwara United, who actually defeated Remo Stars, standing 11 there with a -2, but 44 as a point, alongside Abia Warriors, who also lost against Eyimba International in that their own encounter in the Oriental Derby. Niger Tornadoes, Sporting Lagos, Aqua United standing 13, 14, and 15 respectively, while Sunshine Stars of Akure, Doma United, who started really well at the beginning of the season, but right now they are standing 17th on the log. For Bayelsa United, 39 points they have. Heartland, they have 32, and for Gombe United, from the way it says, Gombe United seems not to be ready to stay in the NPFL at all. So, who are the teams that will be joining them? Well, it's still open. We have at least 5 more matches to go in the marathon race that started on day 1 of the NPFL before they move straight down to match day 33. Well, for Ogunmodede, the coach of Remo Stars, hopefully, maybe what he said, that the race is not over yet until they get to the final of the whistle in the NPFL match day 33. So it's down to the wires, just the way it went down over there in England. So they are ready to run the race to the end. Away from the first story, let's talk about the second one. We have in Nigeria who did so well for his club, Atalanta. His name is Ademola Lookman. After that particular yeoman's job he did against Bayer Leverkusen, where he actually scored a hat-trick, well, former England international Peter Crouch says Ademola Lookman should have been patient to play for England instead of Nigeria. According to him, right now, he'll be fit to make that cut to be in England's squad to Euro, and also from the way he has played in the final, he deserves to be given a call up. But Nigerians are not taking it easy, bashing him right now. They are really ready to bash him for the fact that Ademola Lookman prefers to play for Nigeria, and for him to be saying this, what if Ademola Lookman has not been performing well either at the club side or for Nigeria? Would they have said that? That's the report coming from Nigerians to Peter Crouch for the fact that it makes it look like Nigeria is not worthy enough to be played for. So you mean England is better? Nigerians have been replying him concerning that particular statement, that it was a careless statement coming from Nigerians to Peter Crouch. He doesn't need to have said that against Ademola Lookman. But right now, let's take you back. So we have that particular, for those who missed the final of that match between Atalanta and Bayer Leverkusen. During the trophy presentation to Atalanta, the winner of this year Europa Cup, for the fact that they were able to do it. Let's have it. What a performance there, and a heroic one coming from Ademola Lookman. Well, getting those goals, a hat-trick for his club. Atalanta against Bayer Leverkusen, a team that actually went unbeaten for 51 matches before they were defeated by the Italian team, and they actually won that. Well, good one for him for the fact that he got that finally. At least he lost the AFCON final, he lost the Italian Cup, but he got the third one right. Congrats to Ademola Lookman at Atalanta for the fact that they were able to do that. What's a celebration for them? They deserve that particular moment of joy over there when they won that particular competition over in Dublin. But right now, let's move over to Belgium as we talk about another Nigerian who did so well with his club. He was able to win with his club. Talking about Raphael Onyedika. Raphael Onyedika wins Belgian League with Club Brugge. Club Brugge did so well in this competition, and they were able to do it. We have Raphael Onyedika, Nigerian player who plays straight with our Belgian team. They actually won it by a point ahead of Union Saint-Gilloise of the Belgian Jupiler League. And right now, congrats to Raphael Onyedika. Like I said, a lot of Nigeria this season is a Nigerian season when it comes to different sporting moments across the globe. We've really done well. We just mentioned Atalanta with Ademola Lookman with that club. And now we're talking about Raphael Onyedika with his club, Club Brugge. And now he's celebrating for being able to win the Belgian Jupiler League with them. Congrats to Raphael Onyedika. Congrats to the likes of Leicester City players, Iheanacho, Wilfred Ndidi. Not forgetting others who also did well, like Nathan Teller and Victor Boniface for winning the German Bundesliga, and also the DFB Poker of their own FA Cup version of it. So Nigerians all across the globe doing so well. Not forgetting the lady who also did well with Benfica, who actually won the title there with Benfica. Uchebe is her name. Not forgetting Tobi Amuso for what he has been doing. Favor Ashe. Not for all Nigerian stars abroad in different sports, they find themselves. They've really been fantastic this season. Congrats to all of them. And hopefully, by the time the Olympics starts, we'll enjoy a moment at the podium by winning so many gold medals at the Olympic in France. Away from Raphael Onyedika being able to celebrate winning the Belgian Jupiler League, let's talk about some transfer gossips. Well, it's the season of firing and hiring of coaches and also players joining from different clubs to the order. So right now we start with Manchester City, a team that won the Premier League, and right now they are still in pain of not being able to defeat Manchester United. Against all odds, Man United triumph when everybody thought City would actually scoop that award, well, that cup. Well, for Manchester City keeper, Ederson is a target for Al Ittihad of Saudi Arabia Pro League there with an initial offer of £25 million. They want to get into playing the Saudi League, and right now they are not coming just like with they are coming with a huge amount of money, £25 million as an initial offer for Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson, the Brazilian. And if everything goes well, who knows? Maybe we're putting pen to paper to join that club at the Saudi League with Al Ittihad. Well, anything can happen in the world of football. You never say never. Who knows? Maybe Ederson could be moving to Saudi Arabian Pro League. She's talking about some transfer story. Let's talk about Leicester City. Leicester City boss, his name is Maresca, rejects offer from Sevilla as Chelsea swoop in. Chelsea right now are really trying to see how they can get him to be their next manager after they parted ways with Pochettino. So from the way it is, Sevilla keep knocking at his door to be their manager, but he says, no, I don't want to leave the Premier League. I want to stay with Premier League. And also, who knows, everything the way it's going right now, Chelsea are really swooping in on him to see how they can take over as the net manager of the Blues to turn things around with the club there. Todd Boehly is really looking at getting Maresca to take over at Chelsea for him to become the next manager of the Blues. And if everything goes well, it could be the one to call the shot next season. And all the Blue fans across the globe are hoping that things will turn around this time around with the team that applied their trade at the Stamford Bridge. Well, away from that particular story, we talk about another Manchester team. This is Manchester United still celebrating their trophy they won against Manchester City. The sky actually turned red that day. Red Devils showing their class at the Wembley Stadium, winning against Manchester City. But right now, they are in talks with Brentford manager Thomas Frank and Mauricio Pochettino. Well, if everything goes well, they could pick either of the two managers to be their next coach in the next season coming. Thomas Frank is with Brentford, and right now, Mauricio Pochettino is without a club. He just left Chelsea, and who knows, maybe it could be with Manchester United next season. Well, we wait to see who the hierarchy of Manchester United, the Red Devil, will be appointing as their new manager for next season. It's going to be a tough one, but they just at it. They are really working to get a particular one that they will be signing. Who knows, maybe it's going to be De Zerbi. Or right now, Chelsea are also looking at him, but we wait to see how they will be signing the next manager for Manchester United. This time around, we'll cross over to Aston Villa, who applied their trade at the Villa Park. Aston Villa agrees 2-year deal with midfielder Ross Barkley after Luton Town relegation. Well, news have it that Ross Barkley will be joining Aston Villa after agreeing a 2-year deal in principle to join that team. So he will be playing with Unai Emery, who has also agreed a new deal with Aston Villa. Good one for them to have Ross Barkley, a former Chelsea player, right now in their kitty. That will be a plus for them. And now for Luton Town to be relegated, he just needs to move up, and he'll be joining Aston Villa next season in a 2-year deal if everything goes well as agreed. Well, that's it for concerning Ross Barkley, who really fantastic player if you watch him while he was with Chelsea, but right now we'll be donning his colour of Aston Villa. German champion Bayer Leverkusen right now, well, they've done it again. They were able to win the DFB Pokal, that is the FA Cup in German League, and also winning the German Bundesliga. But right now, they are edging closer to sign a player whose name is Alex Garcia. He plays with for Girona, but if everything goes well, in the region of 15 to 20 million euros, if we get the signature of that particular player, Alex Garcia, a midfielder, could be joining German champions Bayer Leverkusen next season, as if everything goes well in that particular region of the amount I mentioned earlier. So they are trying to see how they can buy more players ahead of the next season to see how they can do better. They want to retain the cup. They also want to win the German. They want to win the DFB Pokal and also do well at the Champions. After all, they will be playing in the Champions League and see how they can get better. So for our own Nigeria export there, that is Nathan Taylor and also Victor Boniface. That's another place to be necessary for them to showcase their talent, for being able to go 51 matches unbeaten. Let's see what they'll be doing. Will they be adding to it? Well, remember, Napoli did well last season, but this time around, they could not replicate what they did last season, talking about Napoli with Victor Osimhen. For the likes of Bayer Leverkusen, Alonso says he wants to stay with them and he still wants to continue to win a lot of trophy with that team, who shocked almost all the teams in Europe for the fact that they went unbeaten for 51 matches. Well, right now we look at the story that has to do with the wrap-up of the show. Next Barcelona coach, according to Xavi, will suffer. It's coming from him for the fact that he said that particular club is toxic. It's a toxic place right now. But someone asked that question. What if he was not sacked? Would they have said this? But because he has been sacked now, that place is toxic. Well, Next Barcelona coach will suffer, coming from Xavi Hernandez, a legend of his own when it comes to Barcelona hierarchy, when it comes to people that have played for that particular club. He has done well for himself as a player and also as coach. He did his best, but right now he's no longer with them as the manager of that particular club. And he says whoever will take over, which we know Hansi Flick could be the next person, because it has been earmarked that he will be the one to take over there at the Nou Camp. And already he's saying he's going to suffer because Nou Camp right now is a toxic place. The hierarchy, the finance, every other thing in place for Barcelona next manager is going to be a tough one, tough decision for the next person that will take over. Coming from Xavi Hernandez, well, hopefully Hansi Flick will be ready to fight war against whatever is going to be fighting against him at the Barcelona hierarchy there. That's it, coming from Xavi Hernandez. We just give you an update concerning the world of sport in different categories. We talk about Plateau under 13, where was a local government actually are the champions of this year's edition of Governor Muftuan under 13 competition. And also we talked about the NPFL title race is not over, coming from Coach Ogunmodede of Remo Stars. Not forgetting that we touch also on Ademola Lookman as the man of the moment being celebrated. But it's painful for the likes of England, where Peter Crouch has to make a statement that you also play for England if you have waited, and lots of transfer gossip that we also gave to you on the show. Sports update. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Well, I want to say thank you for watching, and I leave you with this. Enjoy it.
I think the problem is a little bit when that I'm not 100% sure that the general how we dealt with the United games particularly helped. I mean, we lost the game in the cup, and it was like a catastrophe because we were that good and lost it anyway. Then we draw there, were really good for a long spell and just drew it, and we have conceded a little bit. That's now not the reason for today, just it's a few weeks back anyway. But you start to ask about a few weeks. So the problems we had in the United games were completely different to the things we had today. Couple of, yes, the goals we concede are too easy. That's probably a general thing. That's true. I said what I said about the game today. So we all